This is Josh here. I'm going to explain to you guys about bypass filter systems. This customer actually has a bypass filter on here already. It's kind of like an AMSOIL do-it-yourself kit. He's running a big AMSOIL or Donaldson filter, and he has it coming out of the top of the fuel or the oil filter housing, and then it's basically dumping back into the drain or the fill tube. One thing about this is the hose line is really insufficient. If you're going to use a filter system, it should be a lot bigger than that, and it's not filtering 100% of the oil. It's only taking about 15 to 10% of the oil, and it's just dispersing it. Whenever the valve shuts off in the bottom from pressure, it's going to keep opening and closing when the oil comes out of the filter and goes down to the bottom of the filter housing. These lines, all this is going to do is just give you a little bit of filtration, but not much, and it's also going to take a little bit of pressure away from it going in the top. The correct way to do it is if you go at the parts from a van, this part is blocked off inside, so your drain back is deleted on the van oil cooler housings. You can get just the top pieces to these, and you can get the van fuel pressure regulator. Now on here you have your inlet and outlet pipes, and you can see that they're about 5/8 diameter hosings. You can weld on, or you can use the Ford factory clamping system that clamps the hoses in here. So what this does is it goes on top and it takes your two hoses and runs them out the back, and it goes to the bottom of the van or on the Econolines, and it uses a filter at the bottom. So if you wanted to put a bypass filter on here and run the big AMSOIL ones or whatever, you can do that easier with these and do it correctly. You will have to change out, you have to get just this part from Ford. You're going to have to get the top shell to the oil cooler, and you're also going to have to change out your fuel lines, because the fuel lines that come off of both cylinder heads are a little different, and the lines that come off of the from the engine compartment up to the regulator itself, there's two lines that go, your feed and your return line. You're gonna have to change all that out as well, but you can just get the short ones that come down and they disconnect at the bottom of the head. So that's the correct way to do it, and if you want to be really efficient and filter 100% of your oil that comes through the engine, that's the best way to do it. Other than that, you're just going to be wasting your money with the aftermarket caps that go on top and filtering oil that goes from the oil filter housing and then dumping it back into the engine. So there's some insight for you. If you have any questions, let me know.